And when they have access to that information, they use it, they look for it, and they rely on it for taking decisions. I come from Mexico, where I used to be an information commissioner, and there people can have access to proactively disclosed information by government. Well, information related to budget issues, to financial issues, come number 2 as the main interest. And we're talking here about, in 10 years, over 60 million searchers on how the money is spent. That makes over 180,000 searches a day. Mexico is a big country, over 120 million inhabitants, but still, to the question, do they care? They do. We recently applied a survey to budget organizations around the world. And this perception that citizens and their representatives in budget think tanks or specialists care was confirmed. They seek the information, they analyze it, and they help the communities they represent or they work for take better decisions. The demand is there. Quality for citizens in this survey refers to how accessible it is. And nowadays, it should be practically online and in open sources, so people can really play with it and analyze it. Another important consideration relies on how comparable are data, for instance, from the budget source of information to a specific service that is being provided to the citizens. So cross-referenced information is also very important to have. And another important component regarding the quality is, of course, how timely, how much updated it is, and how consistent it is throughout time. This said, when you want to know what's the first interest of citizens regarding budget information, we would have to look first at that information that is related to what concerns them directly, the services that they care about first, and this is sanitation, water, education, basic services like health, access to health, so on and so forth. The concern about liabilities, debt, and other very important elements of the budget is there, but I would say that it's secondary to their interest. The first thing that calls their attention is the money that goes to the services they are supposed to get. Well, it seems an easy question, but it actually demands an extraordinary effort of governments, but at the end, a quite simple one, which is basically to talk to the users. There has been a mismatch between a significant effort of governments to disclose budget information and the specific needs of the population. So there is a lot of information out there that very few people look at, and that's a waste of resources, of time. So what we have seen in models that are finally responding to the citizens' needs of fiscal information is where a dialogue is established and governments have more of an idea of the type of information that people need. In one word, I would say that to move from the budget general allocation and execution information to the granular and more detailed information regarding public services. That's the gap that we need to fill in, and for that we need to talk to the users.